is it I'm not supposed to hear? Maeve, will you please tell me, what is it they're not supposed to tell me?
I wish for once, John, you'd have the good enough sense to leave well enough alone.
Well, I don't think it is well enough. You look upset, and the three of them look like they just got their hands caught in a till. Now, what is it? Pat?
Oh, for heaven's sake, John. Boys, will you excuse us, please? Go have a beer and listen to Mary on the news if it's not too late.
Yeah. We missed it.
Go on. And do what you can out there, will you?
Yeah, Mom. Jack, listen, I'll say this one more time. I'm sorry if I offended your mother. It wasn't intentional. I picked up the damn book and I started to read, and I thought it was funny because it reminded me of Johnny Ryan. Now, I think I deserve a few points for not saying as much out loud.
Look, Mother would like for us all to just forget the whole thing. She was gonna say so herself, only Dow walked in and caught the last part of that conversation, and she's in there right now explaining the rest of it to him. Now, may I suggest that you leave before there's any more trouble?
Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to meet Mary here.
Now, look, we'll call your editor and say that he gave you a call that you had to get out of here. Maeve especially doesn't want anybody, Mary, knowing what happened, all right?
I won't say anything.
Good.
But I don't intend to leave until she gets here.
Understand this, Jack. The only reason I'm not pushing you out of this joint is because I promised Maeve no trouble.
Now, John, before I say anything, I want your solemn oath that there will be no trouble with Jack.
Oh. I knew it. I knew it the minute I walked in this bar tonight and saw him standing there. I said to myself, it's too quiet in here. What did he do now?
Give me your word, John.
You got it.
I've got what?
You have my solemn oath, no trouble with Jack. Now, what did he do?
Well, he gave me a Mother's Day present.
History of the Irish people.
Right. And then he opened it at random and read aloud from several unfortunate passages which I didn't like. And I told him, and he apologized, and that was that. It wasn't intentional on his part, that I'm sure, but, well, he thought it was funny, and I overreacted.
What did he read?
Nothing so terrible, really.
Maeve.
It was a description by a Roman historian of the early Celts, very early, 6th century BC, which of course has nothing to do with the Irish today, and less, of course, with the Irish Americans. I just don't know why I took it so personal.
You probably took it personally because it was meant personally. Now, let me see it.
Well, it starts there somewhere.
To the frankness and high-spiritedness of their temperament must be added the traits of childish boastfulness and love of decoration. It is the same vanity which makes them unbearable in victory and completely downcast in defeat. In addition to their witlessness, they possess a trait of barbarous savagery peculiar to the people of the North. In conversation, they frequently exaggerate with the aim of extolling themselves and diminishing the status of others. They are boasters and threateners and given to bombastic self-dramatization. He read this to you and said it was funny.
John.
I'll break him in two.
John.
No. No, I won't do that.
Where are you going?
I'm just going out to the bar to have a quiet drink with my future son-in-law. That's all. You have my word, Maeve. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, Pat. Nothing's going to happen. I promise. Jack.
Hello, Johnny.
Maeve told me what happened. I'm sorry I wasn't here.
I like Maeve. I'm sorry if I hurt her feelings. It wasn't intentional. I tried to apologize.
Right. She told me you thought it was funny.
Well, let's just say that while I was reading it, it reminded me of some Irishman I've known.
Oh, I see.
What's happening?
Nothing happened so far. It's darn peaceful, as a matter of fact. Hey, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell you this, boyo. I've always known that, even from the start, you were not the kind of man I wanted a daughter of mine to be in love with. And what you did here tonight confirms my worst doubts. Reading a thing like this to my wife in this place and thinking it was funny. I know exactly what kind of man would do that.
I can't do anything right here. You realize that?
Well, I could suggest something you can do, but I'm not gonna. Because I promised Maeve and Mary. So from now until the wedding, I am going to be a model of good behavior, as far as you're concerned. But I want you to know what I'm really thinking. I'm going to look at you, smile, and I won't mean it. I'm going to shake your hand. We'll have a drink together. I'm going to tell Siobhan and Kathleen what a great journalist you are. And I'm not going to mean it. I'm going to throw my arms around you and say, welcome, Jack, welcome into the family. And I'm not going to mean that either. So you can't provoke me. You can't get me mad. You're not going to get any reaction out of me that'll upset Maeve or Mary. But all the time, mister, I want you to understand just what I'll be thinking.
I understand perfectly. Just let me say that the feeling is entirely mutual.
Hello, you two.
Oh, darling. Sorry I missed you on the news tonight, but I was downtown looking at new refrigerators, and your mother was busy.
I was late too. Jumbo dropped by.
Oh, well, that's okay. It was only the most exciting delivery of the high school baseball scores you'll ever hear. How's everything, Ma?
Oh, everything is just splendid. You would not believe the kind of Mother's Day I'm having. Bubble bath from Pat, and this from Bob. And did you see what Jack brought me?
Where on earth did you find it?
Your friendly neighborhood used bookstore.
Oh, I think this might go nicely with the blouse.
I love you. Thank you, darling. My own dear child. Now, what did you put in this silly-looking box? I know it's a surprise. I never can tell from your box.
look.
Oh, isn't that
Do you like it?
lovely? Oh, it's lovely.
Now, you come on over to the bar, and I'll try it on you personally.
Oh, my dear. This was an inspired present. Thank you for being here.
Well,
As long as you're happy.
It hasn't been too bad, has it?
No, not at all. I was sort of hoping or wondering how long we got to stay, though.
Oh, just a little while, okay?
Did you do me right?
Exquisite.
Doll always does something special for Mother's Day.
beautiful.
No work for you
That's
today.
It's an artificial holiday and your mother does not believe in it.
Well, as you know, we do, so try to humor us,
Oh, it's such
okay?
nonsense.
I'll pay for the Queen for a day.
You're all so silly.
I have a sip of that to make you feel better on your
Yes, I
day.
think I will.
Oh.
Good and cold.
Did you have a good day then?
I sure did.
What happened?
Well, Bernie Rothsey declared himself out of the primary.
No kidding. Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about the best thing that could happen to me, Dee.
Did you hear about Bernie? How about
Good
that?
news, huh?
Did you call Charlie?
No, I haven't yet. Let's do it.
Yeah, maybe we better call him. I hate to break it up. Dee. I know
Oh,
he
come
just-
on, Bobby. Go ahead.
Let's call him.
What are you doing here? I came to see Maeve.
Are you going to tell her about Roger and me?
I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Please don't. That's very unfair.
Look, Dee, stop. Now, I'm going to talk to Maeve, and what happens next depends on what she has to say about a lot of things. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Well, Miss Gillian.
Now, I am perfectly aware that this is a synthetic holiday, and that you have great misgivings about it, but I thought it would be a great excuse to bring you some flowers.
Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, they are beautiful.
And may I say that I hope that you have as much satisfaction in your children as you have had in the past, and as you do now.
That is a dear wish, and I hope so, too.
I see Jack's here.
Oh, yes. Isn't it wonderful how some people can yearn for something with all their hearts and then just do everything to get in the way of it happening?
You talking about Jack and Mary?
I am.
Maeve, I'm amazed that he's let himself come this far.
I mean, he's afraid that Mary's really going to let him down in the end. Is that it?
Basically, yes. He's felt abandoned so many times. And the way you protect yourself from that is not committing to anyone. Only this time he has committed himself.
Yes, and a part of him feels trapped, I suppose.
Maeve, he hasn't caused any more trouble, has he?
Well, he's tried, but never mind. Mary has to do what she has to do, and I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. And as far as the rest of my brood is concerned, they are certainly doing well.
That's true. Kathleen is married to a good man, and she's happy, and Siobhan is off adventuring.
Yes, and Pat is becoming a doctor and has always wanted that since he first looked at your father's medical books, so he's got his heart's desire. And Frank,
How is it?
well, he's running for Congress a full 10 years before he planned. He's got a fine, healthy child, and his marriage is mended. Yes, I think he's probably better than he has been in a long while.
I'm glad, Maeve. Dee seems happier.
Oh, yes, it's worlds better between them. I think it started with the child's accident, but it's gone much beyond that. And, Jill, it was due to your love and generosity that it could happen. It's the greatest gift you could have given me, or Frank.
News I've heard all day.
Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
Jill, my love, can I get you something?
Oh, no, thanks, Kevin. I just want to talk to Frank for a minute, then I have to be heading home.
Frank's tied up. Can I take a message?
No, thank you.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
Does it bother you when Jill comes over this way?
No. No, not anymore.
Good, because I have the impression that things are a lot better with you and Frank.
They are.
Which means that Jill can come and speak to Mother and the rest of the family, and it doesn't have to bother you.
Nope. Doesn't matter. You know, you are sweet. It's so nice to know that someone cares what's happening.
Oh, always have and always will.
Did you hear Bernie's out of it?
About 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. You know, Charlie's off his head. He's over at headquarters pouring beer into the volunteers.
Listen, does he think that you'll pick up his support?
It looks that way.
Frank, that's terrific.
Yeah, it all seems to be coming together. How do things look for Seneca?
Well, you know, the trial starts next week.
Yeah.
And I'm up to my ears in material on from the law schools and the Bar Association and from state legislature dealing with definition of death.
Do you have pending legislation?
I do. And listen, I want to thank you for that clipping from the Law Journal. I happened to come across it myself, but I was pleased that you sent it to me.
Well, I think about you often.
Maeve says it's better between you and Dee.
It is. The night your father died, you said some things to me that I've tried to take to heart.
Oh?
That I could make things easier by not reminding you how good it could be between you and me. Well, I realized in my own head just how much I'd been doing that. And then little John was hurt, and Dee needed me, and I tried to concentrate on that without anger, without recrimination, and it helped. I remembered something else you once said to me.
Well, gonna have to be very careful about what I say to you if you're paying so much attention.
Yeah, well, that if you and I had to give each other up over my marriage, then the marriage should be worth it. Anyhow, I've tried, and so has Dee, and it is better.
I'm glad, Frank. Really. Look, when the trial's over, maybe I'll ask Charlie to see if he can find something for me to do in the campaign.
Oh, that's terrific. Thank you, Joe.
Oh, Julie, dear.
She'll love it.
I'm game if you are. Go get Frank ready. I'm gonna unplug this thing.
What's going on?
My darling, you are about to be introduced to an old Ryan tradition. There's a song a friend of Da's used to sing when we were all very little, and Mother absolutely loathed it. So, of course, whenever we really wanted to get to her, we'd sing it, solo or in chorus, depending on how many of us were involved. The point is we never sang it to her as much as we did at her. Get it?
I see.
You ready? Don't go away, my petite. Mwah.
May I have your attention, please?
Your attention, please.
Thank you. Since we're gathered here this evening in honor of that blessed vocation of motherhood in general, and our own particular mother in particular, we, the children of Maeve Collery Ryan, think it appropriate to pay her the following choral tribute, which has become somewhat of a tradition in our family.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
No. Me.
Our mother's love is a blessing, no matter where you roam. Keep her while she's living, you'll miss her when she's gone. Love her as in childhood, though she be old and gray. You'll never miss a mother's love till she's buried beneath the clay.
Well, that remains as it was when I first heard it. Surely the worst song that was ever written. But I appreciate the sentiments.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
What now? Oh, no.
Sons and daughter, allow me to add a tribute of my own in a similar vein to the woman who is your mother and my wife. A little song from the turn of the century entitled, That's a Mother's Love. Oh, boy. Always there to greet you with a warm and tender smile. And the way she treats you makes you feel that life's worthwhile. Faithfully she serves. Though her form with age is bent, heavy is her burden, still she seems to be content, just like the purest angel in heaven up above. She gives what money cannot buy, and that's a mother's love.
one and all, I am truly a fortunate woman with the brains enough to know it. Well, in return for my children's best wishes, let me wish for them as loving a companion and as happy a partnership as I've had with their father, whom I love very much, in spite of everything.
All right. And now, everybody, step up to the bar.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sing.
We'll drink a toast to that flower of all our hearts, our mother.
You didn't tell. Not for your sake, dear. For Frank's and for Maeve's. But you listen to me and you believe this. If I ever again see you alone with my brother, I promise you'll regret it always.